Hey. Woo. Uh, I hope you all are having a great time. Let's bring this a little closer here. Bring you guys down. There we go. Hello friends. I'm live. Kind of unexpected, I guess. Oh, what a life I am having. Oh my goodness, you guys, what a life. I have been very busy. I hope everyone is having themselves a fantastic day. I'm just sitting here relaxing. Got got me throw blanket here. I This is Sunday, you guys. Whoop! Don't knock that over. This is Sunday, and I have been trying every single Sunday to put up a live video, and that's kind of challenging. I have been so incredibly busy. I, my goodness, I can't tell you a whole lot. I want to. I really want to tell you guys everything. Unfortunately, there's so little I can tell you. But there are there are things a happening. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know how many of y'all are interested or not, but life is good. This is what is today? Today's Sunday. Sunday the 23rd of October. Oh, wow. The 23rd of October. That is crazy. You know what that means? It means Halloween is just a little over a week away. Wow. What is it? What is it exactly? The 23rd. So, oh, a week and 1 day. Man. What do you guys got planned for Halloween? Any guys in? I know Babs, you probably don't have anything planned other than to stay home and just maybe keep the light turned off. I don't know. Just guessing. Oh, Halloween. It's Monday. That's next Monday. Not this Monday, but next Monday. Wow. I really, uh, I really hope y'all have yourselves a fantastic Halloween. Yeah. My goodness. I have been very busy. Very busy. I went to a few thrift stores today, taking a look around and seeing what I can find. And I can't, like I said, I can't say a whole lot. Hello, David. How are you? I'm doing great today. I'm doing great. So I was saying, David, I was saying, I've been to a few thrift stores today, looking around. Unfortunately, there were a few that were closed, being the fact that it's Sunday. It's hard to find, it's hard to find stuff open. I, I try, I really do. David, I really try. I work really hard at not sounding completely stupid. My video, the thing is, my videos, I, uh, I watch a movie because I have short-term memory loss, and I watch a movie, and I immediately, hi, Grandma. I, N I, N-I-G-G-G. Oh, thank you. Nice. That's awesome. I went to church today as well, online. I'm not in my hometown. Gosh, like I said, my memory is really bad. let me see, where was I at? I I went thrift shopping today. Found a few thrift stores. A couple of them were closed because it's Sunday. Um, and I found a bunch of great things, which you guys will see here really, really soon. Probably in the next, probably in the next week or so. You guys are gonna end up seeing. I'm currently editing these videos, and so you guys will see them here really, really soon. Uh, I go to church. Actually, Grandma, I go to church. Um, and I enjoy church a lot. Uh, let's see. And if you don't, if you're not a big fan of, if you're not a big fan of church, that's fine. I mean, it's totally cool. Hey, David, I'm going to add you as a moderator if you don't mind, um, and that way you can help me out here. I don't appreciate being called something that's absolutely disgusting. So you did sing tonight at church. That is cool. Okay. So I do church online when I'm not home. I love my church. It's if you go on YouTube to find it, it's what is it? It's not asterisk. It's the star, the little star thing at the top of the screen, and then one. It's zero N E or ONE one. And anyways, I got to watch that. I'm not home. I'm actually in South Dakota right now on a business trip, and so I had to do church online, which is quite interesting. I got a new T-shirt too. Let's see. Got me a new Superman T-shirt. I only paid $3 at Goodwill for this. So I got a couple other things too. I'll have to show you. But yeah, I can't sing. I've tried singing. I've had the vocal lessons or whatever the heck you call it, singing lessons, back when I was in high school, like 20 something years ago, and I can't sing for nothing. I have tried. Did you really testify tonight? Wow. I haven't given my testimony in a while. That's kind of giving your testimony is a hard thing to do. Um, Especially getting the courage to testify is difficult. I am so getting sidetracked. I love you guys. Uh, my testimony is my testimony is crazy. Wow. Um, wow. I am 21 years cancer free, and I have gone places in my world or my little life, my little world, crazy, crazy places. Um, my childhood was rough, and now that I'm reborn, I guess that's what Christians call it. You're reborn, a rebirth, or reborn, come again. I grew up as a Latter Day Saints Mormon, and through my life of going through that, I, uh, I, and it was tough. Um, I was lost as a Mormon. I was really lost. I just couldn't. I didn't find the Lord. I couldn't find the Lord as a child, and I was baptized at 8 years old, um, as a Mormon, and when I was 19, uh, I was diagnosed with cancer, and those were some challenging years for me. I'm sure you know this already, David. These were some challenging years, And through that process, I blamed God for everything. And I pushed him away. And it's only been the last 2.5 years or so that I found the Lord again. I, there was this week a couple years ago when I was at work, and this whole week I kept hearing, just pray, just pray. That's all I gotta do, just pray. And it was from all kinds of sources, man. I had podcasts and conversations I overheard, and what finally did it was Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity is not a publicly religious person at all, and he just came out and just said, give your troubles to the Lord. Just let him have it. Just give your troubles to the Lord. And so I started to pray, and let me tell you what, buddy, that was one of the craziest things I have ever done. I thought I was going to die. Coming down this road, heading back to my terminal, where I pick up my packages, and I'm praying, and my hands and feet start getting all tingly and numb, and I start getting very lightheaded and about to pass out, and kind of hyperventilating, basically. And I don't know. I'm praying, and I'm realizing at that moment that the Lord has been there for me this entire time. I woke up, and I woke up quick. So, yeah. I asked the Lord to stop everything, because I was immediately gonna die. I was gonna run off the road. I was gonna pass out. I felt it coming. And like a light switch, I got hit in the face, and immediately was like, boom, nothing ever happened. I was wide awake. But anywho, so yeah, I'm not home. I'm on the road. I'm in South Dakota on a business trip, and I went and did some geocaching today, and I stopped at a few thrift stores. I stopped at Goodwill, and then there was this other place called Crate I stopped at. And I found a bunch of stuff at Goodwill. And then when I walked into Crate, I was thinking that maybe Crate was going to be like a thrift store, because on Mr. Googly Pants, it says it's a thrift store. And yeah, it's not a thrift store. It's more of like it's Amazon rejects or stuff is sent back to Amazon. And then they put everything in these big crates that are like, what do you call it? Like a pallet. They look like pallet boxes made out of pallets. And just piled in there, and you dig through everything to find stuff. And it's just chaos, man. The place is so tight. And there's just so many people in the store. There must have been 50 or 60 people in the store. It was just insane. And anyways, I found some stuff. I found actually a 4K, brand new 4K of I think it's West Side Story is what I found. And still had the digital code and everything. But hey, since you're the only one here, I got a question for you. So, what do you want to see me do on my channel? Do you like the out and bouts? You want to see more out and bouts, more reviews? Kind of curious to see what you think. What more do you think? Wow, you sang at church tonight as well? Wow. Oh, what a little tweet. What the heck is that? Um, Gosh, people are just crazy, aren't they? They'll get into somebody's live stream, and it's constant. It almost every live stream I've had one of these. They get in there, and then they just start just saying nasty things. But yeah, I made you a moderator, David. You've been around a while and you know your stuff. You're an awesome guy, and I greatly appreciate you watching my videos and hanging with me. But yeah, if you have, I'm just curious. What is there anything that I'm doing or anything I'm doing that I should do more of, or anything I should stop doing? I really appreciate your opinion on my channel. Uh, I really do work really hard to, um, I really work hard to make it so that I'm entertaining, I guess. Mm. I learned how to drink coffee black. I'm on this diet right now with my church, of all things, um, which is quite interesting. It's called the Daniel Plan. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's basically eating food that's like back to back to basics, and pretty good, pretty darn good. A lot of home cooked meals and food and that kind of thing. And I have lost. Well, last time I checked was about a week ago. I lost 10 pounds. I think I've lost a little bit more than that now. Um, but I've you're not supposed to have coffee on the plan, but I got rid of all the sugar and the creamer and all that stuff. And I'm learning to like black coffee, which is kind of crazy. So the reason for my live stream tonight is I am in this hotel room completely by myself, bored out of my mind. I have nothing better to do at this point here. Let's not look down at me. There we go. I have I have absolutely nothing to do other than to sit here with the TV remote and watch YouTube, and I'm bored. Um, the funny thing about YouTube is you find after a while, uh, there's nothing new on. Even though there's new videos released and stuff, you'll get like in a genre or you'll get in a thing and you'll watch it until it's like mind numbing, and then you're like, okay, I want to watch something else, but you don't know what you want to watch, and you go to start looking for suggestions or recommendations of what you want to watch, and they show you the same old all the time. The algorithm is so messed up because it's like, look, I don't want to see, don't recommend to me something I've seen ever, before. Recommend something new to me, some sort of new genre, some sort of new something. Uh, I've been watching this guy here. What is it called? Curiously Incorporated, I think is what it is. This guy is a huge channel. This one video here was just released on the 22nd of October, so that was it yesterday or whatever. And he's already got 74,000 views on this one thing. I think he bought this house, or at least he bought the stuff in the house, and it was a hoarder's house, and it's completely packed full of stuff. And each one of these episodes is like an hour long, and he's just going through boxes, and he's clearing out the house one box at a time. I find that to be so intriguing. I'm trying to wrap my head around hoarders. I sometimes I wonder if I'm a hoarder. I got over 6,000 movies in my collection, and I got a bunch of like little toys and that kind of stuff. And I always feel kind of, I don't know, I feel weird because I'm like, am I a hoarder? All my movies, they're all in order, and I've got everything not alphabetized, but in numerical, and everything. I know right where every single thing is, and they all have shelves, and am I a hoarder? Do I over collect stuff? That's always my thing. Do I over collect stuff? Do I have too much stuff? Am I going to be I'm only 42. Am I going to be in my 80s 40 years from now and be dead, and somebody goes through my house and there's boxes and boxes of movies and 1980s toys? Am I going to be able to walk through my house because I'm going to have so much stuff? I hope not. I really hope not. It isn't that way now. Um, but like I said, I've only got 6,000 titles. Pretty much everything's got a shelf. The VHSs, of course, they take up way too much space. But slowly, I don't want to get rid of my VHS. I love having VHS. There's something really, really special about that. But they take up so much space. I'm like, we could upgrade to Blu-ray or DVD. Matter of fact, I've gotten to that point now where I'm really considering and doing. I'm doing on some especially the generic titles that are really easy to find. I'm replacing the cases with the thin case. I've gotten to that point where I'm like, let's see how much space I can save. Let's start saving space, and so the super like generic stuff, really easy to find stuff. All that is getting a thin case, and that took me about 6 years to get to that point where I'm like, all right, let's do it. Really thought about it and thought about it, and it was 6 years, at least 6 years. Really going back and forth. Do I really want to do this? That means trimming down the artwork just, like an eighth of an inch. Do I really want to do this? It's going to look different on the shelves. And, you know, if you really start thinking about how much space, just a DVD, how much space a DVD takes up, there's inside that case, there's so much air. There's so much air. Like half, half that case would do just fine for a single disc. No problem. And so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, well, if I have 6,000 titles and on just DVD, which I don't, it's probably about 4.5 on just DVD. But if I put all of those in slim cases, now that gives me half of that space that I could buy more DVDs. So, let's just simply do the math here. 4,000 titles. If I put all of them in slim cases, that puts that space down to 2,000 cases worth of space, which leaves me another 2,000 to 1,000. If you don't downsize 1,000 cases, or if you downsize them, another 2,000 cases. So you could, instead of having 4,000, you could have 8,000 titles. Now, that's a hoarder thing. That's a hoard. I know it is. In my brain, I know there's some sort of hoarder problem there. But like I've said before, my collection isn't just for me, but it's for my family and my friends. So if they're looking on my phone and they're scrolling through my phone and they're like, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen this, for so many years," or "I'd like to watch this," or "This looks intriguing," then they can, "Oh, okay, I'll grab it and watch it." I don't collect for the slips. I'm not a big fan of slip cases. I think the purpose of slips is just like a selling point. They don't really protect the case. If anything, they probably do more damage because every time you get it out, you have to slide that slip up and down the case, which scratches the plastic. And a slip case in and out of the shelves is just like a VHS case. It's the same kind of cardboard. It's going to wear out eventually too. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of slip cases. So we'll pull those. I do. I get rid of all my slips unless it's something really super cool. If it's a really, really cool slipcase, I'll keep it. But if it's just your average slip, it's like, do I really need it? Because if I'll watch that live stream I did. I took all those slipcases and I put them all together. Man, that took up an entire box. They take up space, and when you're limited on how much space you have, it's crazy. It is. So, hey, like I was saying before, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat there, and I'll answer your questions for you. Completely open book. I got absolutely nothing to hide. I'll answer whatever questions you have. Let's talk about genres while I'm at this here. Let's talk about genres. I get a lot of people, especially now that it's October, Halloween time. I'm going to be honest with you. Seriously, I'm going to be straight up and honest. I'm always honest with you. But I am not a horror fan. Horror movies are so difficult for me to watch. it's just me personally. I didn't grow up watching scary movies. It was never a thing for me, and they're hard for me to get into. I watch them and I'm like, it's all right. It's not the end of the world, but it's all right, whatever. But then I get in there and I'm just, I don't know. It's, I prefer, honestly, my favorite genre really has to be 1980s comedy, maybe even like the early 90s, like 91, 92, 93. I like that. But yeah, I'm quite a big fan of 1980s comedy. There's something about like Mr. Uncle Buck or oh, I don't know, Vacation, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know, there's Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Police Academy. Those are my fave. I like that genre, that little niche. 80s comedy's cool, but 80s comedy that's like teenage, coming of age, just crazy. Like what? Those are always amazing. There's something. There really is something about the music and the filmography of them and just kind of the way they're delivered is just amazing. So yeah, I love 80s comedy. I have to say that's my all-time favorite. And then I'd have to say my second favorite that would be again, it's 70s and maybe 70s and 80s action films. There's something about the action film of the 70s and 80s, primarily the later 70s, all through the 80s, and even in the early 90s, I guess. But action is a really awesome one. So you have like, well, I just reviewed Speed the other day. Um, let's see, wait. Oh, oh, that went away really quick. Hold on, David. Let me read this here. That went away really quick. Have you ever watched Wallace and Gromit? The Curse of... No. No, I haven't. I've never heard of it. I am going to take a screenshot of that, though, and look it up. I have never seen that. Is it good? I remember you recommending it to me, so I'm assuming it's good. Huh. What genre is that, David? I'd be really intrigued to find out. Um, yeah, I like the action. I really like the comedy. I'm a big comedy fan. I grew up watching a lot of British comedy. So I grew up watching Are You Being Served? And Keeping Up Appearances, Allo Allo. What else is there? One Foot in the Grave. Let me think. Of course, the science fiction comedy, um, Red Dwarf. I love Red Dwarf. I don't know what it is. I could sit and watch Red Dwarf for days on end. Red Dwarf, over and over again. Uh, my favorite episode would be season 6, episode 1, where Lister is in like a hypersleep kind of situation, and he wakes up out of hypersleep, and he's got this huge afro, claymation. Ooh, he's got this huge afro, and he's got these long nails, and it's just hilarious. And he's got he goes down to the kitchen to get something to eat, and um, um, Crichton has to pull Rimmer out of stasis, and he's like, I don't know who Rimmer is. He's like this amnesia thing, and yeah, sure enough, well, this is Rimmer's ultralight or whatever the heck he says, and it's in a frying pan. It's rattling, and yeah. Love it. There's something about Red Dwarf, the cat and Lister and Rimmer and Crichton. There's this dynamic there that is just amazing. Just amazing. There's a movie. Speaking of claymation, there's a movie that I saw today, and I did not grab it. And I want to say because I think I didn't grab it because I already own it, and it's called Super Wiener or Super Hot Dog or something like that. But it's a claymation about a superhero that is like a hot dog sausage, like flies around with a cape and yeah. Anyways, I didn't grab it because I already owned it, but it was kind of cool. Claymation is cool. Did you ever watch Pee Wee's Playhouse? The claymation with Pee Wee's Playhouse. Um, really, Nick Park? Is it Nick Park or Nick Parker? Um, Nick Park. I want to say there's a Nick Parker. Huh. The claymation. Uh, yeah, Nick Park. Sounds interesting. Penny. Remember the Penny cartoons? Those are claymation. I really enjoyed those. When I was a kid, I used to watch Pee Wee's Playhouse just for the cartoons. There was something about the cartoons that really like sold it to me, you know? They really sold it. I'm like, oh yeah, the cartoons. Yeah, my gosh, Pee Wee's Playhouse. I had a friend of mine, speaking of Pee Wee's Playhouse, I had a friend of mine, his name was Willie. That must have been about 7, maybe 6 or 7, something like that. And he lived on my block. Well, sort of. So we have, when I grew up, I grew up in a little neighborhood called Shadle Shopping Center. It's in Spokane. And they're little blocks. There's only like, on one side of the street, I think there's only like 7 houses on one side of the street. Well, he lived second house in kitty corner to us in this little yellow house with white trim. And his mom was single. His dad was in prison. Um, and, um, and yeah, so he really kind of got spoiled rotten. She had cable, the mom had cable TV. I don't know what she did for a living, but she definitely had a job of some sort. I don't know what she did. And on Saturday mornings, every single Saturday morning, I would go over there to their house, and I would eat eat the little bowl of cereal. This is before these little plastic bowls that have the straw attached to the side of them, so you can drink the milk out of the bottom of the cereal. Okay, right now they're re-popular again with was it Dollar Tree? I think Dollar Tree sells them again. But when I was a kid, they had them, and they came in. I think you could get them in some sort of cereal, like oh, what was it, Captain, whatever the heck it's called. I think there was something you could get in the cereal, like bowl or boxes, but it was just these cereal bowls, and he had these cereal bowls. I loved them. I thought they were the coolest thing. And he had a green one that was mine. I got to use it every Saturday when I went over. I got to sit and eat that with what and have cereal out of it. Captain Jack or Captain something. And anyways, whatever. I haven't eaten sugared cereal in so many years. Erdem, Erdem. So we would sit there and we'd watch Nickelodeon. Now, when I was a kid, and we're talking 1986, 87, 88, Nickelodeon on Saturdays was all about the Saturday cartoons. And they were special cartoons. You got some Ren and Stimpy, I think is what you would have. Of course, you got Pee Wee's Playhouse. You would have the Rugrats. You would have, who else was there? Rugrats. There was just a ton of cartoons. And okay, so Erdum is the Erdum. That's the name of the movie you recommend. Oh, I would take another screenshot here because my memory is so bad. Or Nick Park. So we would sit on Saturday mornings, and it was all cartoons. The whole thing was a cartoon thing, and oh my gosh, enjoyable. It was so incredibly enjoyable. And that's where I first found out about Pee-wee's Playhouse. I didn't have any idea or clue that this even existed before then. And of course, I grew up really poor. We had a little 13-inch black and white TV, and that's all we had until I think I was about 14, 13 or 14. And my mom went to J.C. Penney's and put wow, it would have been a 19-inch television, a colored 19-inch television on layaway. And that thing was on layaway for like 8 or 9 months. And I want to say she paid like $20 a month. I think it was. I think it was like $20 a month she paid for that thing. And she scrimped and saved every month to get a color TV. She just busted her rear. My mom, my mom was my hero as a kid. She's what held our family together. My dad, man, my dad is my dad. Okay, he's always going to be my dad, obviously. And I've already said my piece with my dad, and I've already kind of just given it to the Lord and said, you know what? I'm not going to forget, but I am going to forgive, and I'm going to move on. And my dad, for 13 years of my childhood, my dad did not have a job. And my mom, we solely lived on my mom's Social Security. My mom was disabled. Back in the day, you could get disability for being obese. It was still kind of a rare thing when I was a kid for people to be obese. And she was severely obese. And she had no joints in her knees. She had arthritis so bad, and the doctor refused to put artificial knees, in or knee implants or whatever in, because she was just too large of a woman. And my dad took a total advantage of it, and he sat on his butt and didn't do anything for 13 years of my life. And my mom is definitely my hero. She, like I said, scrimped and saved for everything. And the LDS Church paid our mortgage most of the time. They are the ones who paid for that house, basically. And then for 11 years of those 13, my mom volunteered at a soup kitchen in Spokane called Women's and Children's Free Restaurant. And twice a week, she would cook a meal for anywhere between 50 to 60, sometimes even 70 people. And on Thanksgiving, it was well over 300 to 400 people, depending on the year. But she did that for 11 years of my life, of my childhood. And she gave that up when I was diagnosed in October of '99. Um, what the curse of when as a child she gave that up to run the soup kitchen, or to I was diagnosed with cancer. She gave up the soup kitchen to take care of me, and yeah, things changed at that point. Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were Rabbit is the name of the movie I recommend. Okay, that sounds interesting. Sounds familiar too. Wallace and the Gromit. That sounds really interesting, David. Um, Now that's the. I think I might have seen like a TV show or something by them. Is that that's the claymation? I think I think I've seen that. Wallace and okay, let me look this up. Um, I think I've seen that. Let's see. Come on, my phone. It's really slow. Um, Wall, Wallace and Gromit. Is that what you said? Gromit. Wallace and Gromit. Let me see some images here. Oh yeah, this one, right? Those guys. Yeah. I want to say that's like British. I've seen, yes, I have seen. I think it's a TV show. Um, 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 um. Uh, yeah, The Curse of the Were. This is the one you're talking about. Let's see if I can find it here. This is the one you're talking about, right? Yeah. I think that's the one you're talking about. So I want to say I have seen this, the Were Rabbit. Is it good? I hope it's good. I'm gonna look it up right now and see um, what platform it is I can watch it on, or if I have to buy it. I might have to buy it through. Ooh, I got the hiccups. I might have to buy it through Amazon. Let's see here. Um, eBay has it. There's one on eBay. Oh, fudge. It's like $3 on eBay. I can get a pre-owned for $3.77 right there. So, yep, I will add that to my collection, and that'll be home. I will buy it now. That'll be at home when I get home. I won't be home for another. Oh gosh, it's going to be a while. I'm here for another 6 days, and then it's a 2-day trip for me to get home. I'm in South Dakota, like I said. Oh, and here on a business trip, and then it's going to take me at least. Oh, you got yours on DVD. I just ordered it on eBay, so um, yeah, I'm here. I'm here for another 6 days, and then it's a 2-day trip to get home. I'm here business. Yeah, that's all I can really say. I can't really say too much. I can tell you that I went and picked up a truck, which you'll find out a little bit more about that in November. I've got a bunch of videos coming up in November about my little trip that I'm doing. But yeah, in November, my family, they're pretty awesome. They are helping me out with, or in November, they're going to help me out with doing videos. So you'll see a little bit of my wife and some of my son, and hopefully my daughter. They're going to do a bunch of videos to help me out. Um, this being called out on this business trip was kind of unexpected. Kind of blew me away. I showed up to work one day and my boss pulled me aside and said, "Hey, how would you like to be a trainer?" Well, I've been wanting to be a trainer. I've been a trainer at my job for about 8 years, and not getting paid for it. So, but he asked me if I would like to be a trainer, and officially, and of course, I couldn't say no. So, I went ahead and took his offer, and in part of taking his offer, he flew me to, well, first, the first flight went to Salt Lake City. Then I went from Salt Lake City to Detroit. And then I went from Detroit to, oh, what is it? It was in Minnesota, not Minnesota, Nebraska, whatever. It went somewhere, not that far away. I had to drive through Chicago. That was a 2-day nightmare. And now I'm in South Dakota. I'm in a very expensive hotel. My boss is paying for all of it, and I actually told him yesterday. So I got into this hotel yesterday, And I told him, I says, dude, you know there's a Super 8 just right down the road. I could have stayed there. You didn't have to pay for this. Um, this is almost $300 a night where I'm at. Full room service. There's a bistro downstairs. Uh, my goodness, it's crazy. And full bar. It's just, it's absolutely insane. The amount of money, and not only that, but I mean, I'm getting I am definitely getting the high class treatment. And I had as a matter of fact, my glasses over there. I had an espresso martini tonight, and it was on the house because of the fact that this place is so expensive. I mean, I have never been in a hotel that has been this crazy. Um, the last place I was in was an expensive hotel with a California King. This one, I don't think it's a California King. I think it's just a regular King. But either way, wow. Uh, and to match everything, I'm getting a major raise at work. I don't feel as if I deserve any of it. I mean, I bust my butt. My job, I really do everything I can to make my boss happy, and I can't talk too much about what I do because it's inappropriate for me to talk about my business and what I do. But I am in the distribution specter, whatever they call it, of the world. Um, and now that I'm gonna be a trainer, that's what I'm here, by the way, is I'm here for 6 days because I'm learning um, a lot of techniques and a lot of it's like this education program basically for me to be a trainer, um, and it's pretty cool. And yeah, um, I'm just I'm completely blown away. I'm just so in awe that things are so good. My life is so amazing. I thank the Lord every single day for all the blessings that I have. You know, I've learned, I guess, over the last couple of years that if you apply yourself and really give 110%, you can't do that. But if you give 100%, everything you do, and you really care about your job as if you're the one who owns the business, people notice. And it doesn't take very long for people to notice that you really give a crud. And they compensate you if they're good people. They compensate you for your hard work and your effort and your dedication. And my boss has done just that, if not more. And it completely blows me away. To, well, for starters, to pay a little over $600 to fly me halfway across the country, to pick up a brand spanking new truck and drive it almost 2,000, just a little over, but almost whatever, 2,000 miles across the country. Uh, Brand new truck, 2,000 miles across the country through big cities and all kinds of stuff. It it's pretty awesome, and I feel so privileged and so honored. Um, it just yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I don't know what all the wow. I'm honored. I'm honored that he really gives a crap. Um, Hi, Babs. I had to cheat. I'm I'm reading all the text. I don't get to see them on the screen. Oh my gosh. Hi, Babs. Yes, I'm live. It's Sunday and I'm live. I'm trying to be live every Sunday, and it is hard work, as you know. My life is crazy, as you know. Um, my good friend Babs has been with me. Gosh, how long now, Babs? It's been 7 or 8 years. You've been good friends of mine, or good friend of mine. She started following me on my other channel, Graham's Garden, back when it was called, what was it called? Sir Cracker's Garden. Hey there, friends. I'm Sir Cracker, and this is my garden. I stopped calling it Sir Cracker's Garden. I had a guy that subscribed to, he's long gone now. This was years ago. He subscribed to my channel, and he subscribed because he thought it was a comedy channel because of Sir Cracker. and and he was I don't know if he had any followers or not, but he was following me, and he made a comment about how the name Cracker is racist. And I'm just like, my name's Graham, like Graham Cracker. Like, what? What do you mean racist? Well, some people might think it's racist. So I changed that channel from that to went from Sir Cracker's Garden to what was it, Graham's World TV. That was stupid. Graham's World TV. Yeah, it had nothing to do with the gardening at that point. And then I finally realized, you know what? Let's just call it Graham's Garden. I was going to call it, years ago, I was going to call it Graham's Kitchen Garden. But there was a YouTuber, oh my gosh, what a piece of work. There was a YouTuber years ago named Graham, and he had a channel named Graham's Kitchen Garden. And there's not very many people that remember this. Babs remembers this guy, but because her and I followed him. I loved that channel. I thought it was awesome. He would do a lot of live streams and stuff. It was just him sitting in his greenhouse, potting up, plants and that kind of thing. And I really did enjoy that. I thought it was a great channel. And then come to find out later down the road, he was really screwing over people, taking a bunch of money off of them, and playing this whole like pity card or whatever. And yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, it was messed up. So I was like, okay, sure, good riddance. He closed down his channel and left, and it was crazy. So I did when I switched from Sir Graham's Garden, or Sir Cracker's Garden. It was Sir Cracker's Garden. When I switched from that, I was actually debating about taking over his channel name. Just because I kind of like, it's a kitchen garden. I mean, everything that comes out of my garden is from my kitchen. It's not like, a lot of perennial or, whatever, annuals or whatever. It was vegetables, a vegetable garden. And then I was thinking of Graham's Victory Garden. I was thinking about a bunch of different things. And I finally just settled on Graham's Garden. And I loved that channel. That channel has been my pride and joy for years. And this year I kind of stepped away from it because I'm going to be honest with you. For the last 3 years, I have been burned out with YouTube. I have lost my passion for YouTube and for creating content. I sat, for a long time, I sat around 600 subscribers, never could get more or less. It just seemed like it was always fluctuating, but never really went anywhere other than 600. Then I had some sort of breakthrough. It was really weird. All of a sudden, I think it was because I was following a bunch of cannabis people. It jumped all of a sudden to like 800. Now it's almost 900. But I don't know. I've always wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers on that channel, and it never happened. and it was very, I don't know. I just got burned out. I just got tired of. The problem with gardening for me is I can only do it a short window throughout the year. You got the late spring, summer, early fall. It's the only time I can garden. Winter is dead. There, I've got sometimes upwards of a foot to a foot and a half of snow on the ground. I can't do that. I have no space in the house to garden in the house. I do house plants and that kind of stuff, but just I don't know. I was gonna do back when we lived at the other house. It was about 4 or 5 years ago. I started the idea of doing kind of like Ray from the Praxis channel. He has he calls the Voodoo Garden. It's kind of like this room in his basement that's nothing but gardening. And I was thinking about doing something like that, but I just don't have that room, and I'd rather spend that room on my movies than on gardening. I'm not gonna eliminate one passion for another, especially when I need both in order to sustain my sanity. So I was like, all right, well, that ain't gonna work. So last year, I want to say it was about November of last year. I remember, so I started this channel 7 or 8 years ago, and I put a few videos up back when I lived in the duplex. And of course, the lighting was horrible, and the audio was horrible, and it just didn't work. It just wasn't happening. And I got a lot of trolls that came in and just got real nasty with my channel and that sort of thing. And so I was like, all right, enough. I just can't. I just can't do it. I really did have to just kind of step back and be like, that's it. I'm done. Well, in November, I got to that point where it's like, okay, well, here comes the winter and I'm done outside. I need to find something, another channel. I need to find something to do. So that's where I decided at that point, I'm going to put up a video every single day for a year on this channel and see what happens. I started off this time last year with 32 subscribers that I did not work for and I did not really earn. There were 32 subscribers over a 7 or 8 year period of time that decided to join my channel. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna put up a video every year or every day for a year and see what happens. Just for the heck of it. Just that's how I started, just for the heck of it. And then I thought, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. What was it, June? And I'm like, wow, 6 months in. Actually, it was probably 7 months by that time because I started before December. But I was like, oh, this is easy. I can do this. I can do a video every day. And by that time, I'm watching my channel grow. I was at, well, I had a short that I did, and I got 100 subscribers on that short, like pretty much overnight. And I was like, whoa, I got to do more shorts. But I have my shorts haven't had that much success. And the problem with the short is it's short lived. You get about 3 or 4 days out of it, and then that's it. They stop showing it. And but I jumped. I got 100 subscribers, in like a week, and it was like, whoa, okay, this might be able to do something. I never really care. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care about the number, how many subscribers I have, because honestly, it's not the most important thing. What's important is enjoying what I do. Look, I own over 6,000 movies. I have not watched, I would say I probably haven't watched, if it's 30% of my movies. If I've seen 30%, I'd be pretty, that'd be a pretty good number. Just to say I've seen 30% of my movies. I want to watch more of my movies. And so I figured I'd use this channel as a tool for me to watch more movies. So I watch my movies and I do a review on them. And then I put a little green dot on my movie. And then that way I know that I've already seen it, because I have short-term memory loss. I can't remember how long ago or when I saw a movie. So that's what the little green dots are. And I was like, okay, well, this is cool. I'll do this. And so I started doing that, and I'm loving it. I love sitting in front of the TV and watching a movie, and then immediately going into the library and doing a review and doing the best I possibly can to try to remember what it is I just saw, which is good for my memory because, like I said, my memory's bad, and it's going to only get worse. My short-term memory is getting worse. I'm progressively seeing it getting worse and worse as time goes on, and so there's that. So I'm watching movies and I'm getting to share them and my opinion on what I saw. But then there's this. I've mentioned this before, but there's this legacy sort of thing where I own this collection. Well, when I'm gone in hopefully 40, 50 years from now, old man kind of thing, when I'm finally gone, somebody in my family will inherit my collection. Hopefully they'll want it. My daughter, my oldest, she's already said she's gonna fight both her siblings for it. She really wants it. My son really wants it. So hopefully it sticks around. But what it will be really kind of cool is either my children or my grandchildren at some point in time after I'm gone to sit and watch a movie and then go into my channel and watch me review that movie so they can see my view and what I saw and my opinion, and so they have a little piece of me. So I'm kind of building a legacy for myself, I guess, is what you could say. You know, I mean, I'm gonna be totally honest. I mean, and both of you guys know this. Life is short, and life is a gift from God, and we do not know how long we're going to be here. And the closer we get to old, and that could be defined however either one of you guys want to view it, but when we get there, we're going to die. At some point, we are going to die. It's going to happen. And, you know, not all of us are going to be rich and famous. Not all of us are going to have, you know, people remembering us or a monument, for instance. It's just not going to happen. And the sad part is, if you look at 100 years after you're gone, there's probably no one who's going to even know you existed. And so my whole thing was, look, what I have to say may not be valuable to many, but it is something that I want to have. It's something I want to give to future generations. They may not know me while I'm alive, but they may, if I'm lucky, know me after I'm gone. Oh, I only have 5% left. Hold on. I'm going to answer your question here, David. Let me get my charger. And I got to plug this phone in. Let's see. Hopefully I can save it. Otherwise, hopefully, let's see if I can save it. Oh, that cord right there, it doesn't reach. That's seriously like, it's like an inch and a half too short. Let's see if this one's longer. I always come prepared with a couple of, oh yeah, this one will work. So we'll plug this in. It's kind of cool. It's got this little charging thing right here. Let's see. I'm going to plug you in here. Hopefully that works. Does it work? Cross your fingers. Ah! Charging stopped. Your phone is temporarily too hot. It is burning up. Okay. Ugh. Let's see if I can save this. It's only at 4. It's at 4%. Ugh. Bear with me. I may end up losing this live stream. So, oh yeah. Wow. I can barely touch this thing. It's so hot. It's probably going to shut down with my luck. Woo-wee. If I blow on it, maybe it'll cool down. Oh yeah, this thing is like, seriously. Wow, I can barely touch it. What was your question? See if I can answer it really quick. I have a question about A Little Pony friendship. Uh, Friendship is magic. Have you watched the show? You know what? I have a friend of mine that was into My Little Pony, and we called him Uncle Alan. I'm sure Babs remembers Uncle Alan. No, I have never seen My Little Pony. Well, that's not true. I saw My Little Pony when I was a kid, but I haven't seen I haven't seen My Little Pony. Gosh, yeah, I must have been about 6, 7 last time I saw My Little Pony. Um, Friendship is magic. Is it good? Is it something that should I check it out? We're at 3%. I think I'm gonna lose this live stream, you guys. This thing is overheating, which really sucks. I don't know how to cool her down. Darn. Oh well. It is what it is. If I lose you, just remember I love you. And I will try to come back on Sunday. On next Sunday, I'll try to do another live stream. If this thing crashes, I think it's going to crash. I think I'm at 2% on that thing now, and it's overheating. It won't charge. It's refusing to charge. No. Okay, so yeah, My Little Pony, I have not seen. I'm not. I mean, I do see that your icon on here is Rainbow Dash, and I know who Rainbow Dash is. Rainbow Dash. If I have to say My Little Pony, I have to say Rainbow Dash is probably one of my favorites. But it's good. You know, I'll tell you what, David. I'm going to take another screenshot here, and I will watch it for you, and I will tell you what I think. Because, I have the power of voodoo? Hoodoo. I do. I just watched that movie recently. Oh my gosh, that was good. That was good. If you guys have never seen, if you've ever seen that, you guys have got to see that. It's gotten bright now. That was good. I just got it. So, oh my goodness. I don't know what I was talking about. I lost my train of thought. uh, it's still overheating. I know. I am extremely thankful to have the people and the things and the life experiences that I do. I'm very thankful that both David and Babs are both friends of mine. The whole purpose, really, of this channel is to share a passion and a love for something with others. And yeah, I'm glad I get to do that. Because if you have a passion or a love for something and you don't get to share it with other people, that's pretty sad. It's Twilight Sparkle. Is she Twilight Sparkle? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was Rainbow Dash. You're right. I'm seeing Twilight Sparkle now. Is she your favorite? Okay, I have a question for you, David. Even if I lose the live stream, you can answer in the comments. Here's a question for you. What is it about My Little Pony that is that keeps you coming back? What is it about it? Can you explain your love for it? Just to help me kind of like understand. Um, because my friend, well, I had a guy friend and a girlfriend, both female friend. Both of them loved My Little Pony, and my sister loved My Little Pony when we were kids. She had tons and tons of the little ponies, but I don't know. I guess I just haven't. I haven't. I just haven't watched it. I guess is what the deal is. I just haven't watched it. Hmm. Oh, all right. So this grandma, what the heck? Nigger. Really? Did you see that, Babs? This person came into my live stream and one word or one letter at a time. Nigger. Why? Laugh out loud. Who goes to church? I go to church. And a lot of my friends go to church. And I'll tell you what, not only do I go to church, but I'm an extremely strong believer in the Lord. I get my strength from the book. And I have to thank the Lord for being here. I could have died a couple of times, both physically and spiritually, and the Lord has been my Savior. And if you don't like the fact that I am a believer, then keep it to yourself or unsubscribe. Not here to, I am not here to cater to your atheism or your hatred towards religion. There was a time, and I have to tell you, there was a time when was I was very much against people that watching YouTube videos and that kind of stuff that were believers, and they would make a comment. There was a time, and I would stop watching their channel, or I would make a nasty comment about, oh, wait, just wait, until you see the truth. I'd say stuff like that. I was an atheist for, gosh, almost 16 years, or at least I considered myself an atheist. There's no way God could exist. Come on. Duh. Evolution. Hello. That's just, and I don't want to shove it down anyone's throat, especially on my channel, but I'm not going to hide the fact that I am a believer in God, and without the Lord, I definitely would not be here right now. I can tell you, surviving cancer and going through what I went through, uh, there's no way in there's no way in hell. There's no God. There's no way. There's no way I would have survived without having faith. There's no way I would have survived any of it. I was dead. I was considered a terminal cancer patient. If I was lucky, I had 3 months. And prayer, not only for me and my family and my relatives, but my entire congregation, they are, I believe, what made me and helped me go through it and get on this side of it. So, no, you know, I don't care if you think I'm crazy. Then just don't watch my videos. Don't subscribe to my channel. Now, most of my videos, and I'd say like 99% of my videos, don't ever mention God. They don't ever have any talk or comments about the Lord whatsoever. And yeah, so it's on you. Um, yeah. Um, there's so many people in the world, and there's so many points of view, and there's so many different ways people look at the world and life experiences. And just because somebody doesn't believe what you believe, or just because somebody's had a different life experience, or grew up with grandparents instead of a mom and dad, or was adopted, or somebody who has some sort of Turner syndrome, or some sort of disability, Down syndrome, or just autism, doesn't mean their opinions and their value is less just because they're different. I pride myself in not only having friends and relatives and subscribers, all different walks of life, all different opinions, all different values, we're all different. Literally, we're like grains of sand. And that is the most beautiful thing there is. When people start to appreciate each other and giving each other value based on their uniqueness, that's when it gets interesting. That's when it gets fun and entertaining and amazing, because there's so much we can learn from each other. Life is a gift. Life is a gift. And I value my life, and I value the gift. Just because I believe in the Lord doesn't mean that I'm less valuable. Yeah, I know, David. I know it's a troll. I know they've come and gone and they won't come back. I know there are people out there that are so sad and so bitter and so angry at themselves or the world that they have to find somebody to shit on in order for them to feel better about themselves. I know. I do. And it doesn't bother me. I just want to bring light to it because someone should. When this live stream is over, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say my nightly prayers before I crawl into bed. And I am going to pray for this individual that maybe not they find the Lord, but I'm going to pray that they find something within themselves and some sort of light, some sort of love for themselves, and something that they're lacking can be fulfilled. That's what it is. These people, and I've experienced this over the years on my channel. I've been doing this, gosh, I've been doing YouTube probably 12 plus years. No, 2009, whatever 2009 is. So I've been doing it a long time. I've experienced a lot of trolls over the years. And they're always going to be there. It's not going to change. It is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. But um, the thing about it is that we have to have compassion for those, even if they don't have compassion for themselves or others, because they're hurting inside. There's something about them that is broken, damaged, or lacking. And wishful thinking, prayer can't hurt. And yeah, is what it is. I know who really care. I know who really pays attention. Babs is like an aunt to me. She is inspiring, and she has her days when she feels like crap, just like the rest of us. And she gets down and out and sad and depressed, and it's just, she has her issues. I'm sure you, David, have yours. I have mine. I've got lots of subscribers. I got a friend of mine that lives in England. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet him yet, but if you look in some of my videos, he comments in there. His name's Simon. 50 Shades of Green. This man has really touched my wife and my heart. He's got it rough. Really rough. And he's in our prayers every night. He is such a great guy. Well, I'm not going to talk about too much about him, but his channel, when I found him, he was gardening. And he had a couple of friends of his that were helping to maintain his garden and take care of his garden. And just an absolutely beautiful garden. So beautiful that he ended up taking over his neighbor's backyard too. And it was just so amazing and awe-inspiring, the amount of vegetables and stuff that he grew. And then last year or year before last, things happened and things changed. And his garden basically fell to the wayside while he was trying to take care of things. And there was a period of time where we didn't hear from him. Simon is forever in my prayers. He is such a great guy and has so much to offer the world. And there's just so many YouTubers that I've met over the years that have become family. JT is so funny and so off the cuff. Again, another gardener. Fell in love with him. There was this time period where I was really watching a lot of gardeners. And he had this hydroponic greenhouse. And I became really close friends with him. When he was a small channel, he's not a small channel anymore. He's a very large channel now. A very, very large channel. But I will go on one of his channels and I'll make a comment. And if he has 10,000 comments in his channel and he sees that I made a comment, I'll be the one person he comments on. I love you, brother. It's usually what he says. I love you, brother. I miss you, brother. And I really consider JT to be my brother. He is such an amazing, inspirational character. There's a guy named, I call him Mr. T. And I call him Mr. T because I know what his actual name is. And Revto Revto TV, I think is what his channel's name is, but I know what his actual name is because we've gotten close. And he's kind of been in a slump, I think, for the last couple of years. You don't see much gardening of him anymore, but he goes live streams and he plays video games all the time. And he's such a beautiful spirit. What a wonderful man. And I absolutely love listening to the sound of his voice. I will listen to him talk for hours. He's just an amazing guy. But there's just so many. There's so many. There's a guy I'm still pretty good friends with. I haven't seen him on this YouTube thing for a long time, but his name's Rob. And Rob, I think, and I don't quote me because I don't remember, but I think he lives in Canada. Hiccups. He had a shop where he had all these pepper plants in his shop, and he got full sunlight year round. Huge pepper plants. Because there was a time when I was really into growing pepper plants and wanting to do an indoor pepper garden. And then I got this guy, he now lives in Oregon, and I hope I get a chance to see him. His channel, I'm not going to say his name, his channel is Bingus. He's a cannabis grower. He grows cannabis. He's an older gentleman. And he has been growing cannabis for probably more than 30 years. And there was a time where he spent in prison because cannabis was illegal. And, but he is like an uncle. He's just, every time I see him, he calls me Mr. Positive. Hey, Mr. Positive. He's just such a great guy, and I pray for him and his son. His son is going through a lot of crazy stuff, has been going through a lot of crazy stuff, which I'm not allowed to, or not allowed, I'm not entitled or whatever to talk about, but yeah, over the years I've just met so many people, and I don't now or ever want to give up YouTube because I have so many amazing friends. I have a good friend of mine. I don't think she's ever put up a video, ever. She started following me years ago. Her name is Esther, and I swear she watches every single video ever. So does Babs. Babs watches everything, and so does Simon. But Esther is an older woman, and I don't know a whole lot about her. But she has sent me things in the mail, Christmas cards and random cards, birthday cards, random cards. She sent me one time a bunch of seeds for my garden, and she's such a beautiful heart of a person. I don't know that much about her. Matter of fact, while I'm here, I should probably grab maybe a couple of postcards and send her a postcard and just let her know that she's in my thoughts. But yeah, I'm gifted. I've got a gift, I guess. And no, it's not about the subscriber count. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I could do this for another 20 years, and if I never break 500 subscribers, I'm going to be happy. And I guess, to be honest with you, it's not about what it is I'm doing. It's not important that I do movies or gardening or crochet. It's about this. Having a connection, having a passion, having human interactions with people. That is so amazing. So I want to say, David, I want to say welcome to my family. You've been around for a while, and you really seem like a sweetheart. I am gonna look at these movies that you've recommended when I get home. I am sure that my my brain is not working. I'm looking at my notes. I am sure that where is it at? I ordered it. It'll be here. Wallace, my Wallace and Gromit. I'm sure that'll be there when I get home. I'm gonna look at. So I'll watch that, and then also you recommended. Was it really? Oh my gosh, Babs, really that far back? November 29th, 2009. Really? Wow. Oh, we really are family, aren't we? Oh my God. God, I love you so much, Babs. You have been such a blessing in my life. You wouldn't know it, but because I've never shared, but you have gotten me through some tough times. And you've given me lots of smiles and laughs when I've needed it. And you've given me a ton of direction and guidance along the way. And I am always, always welcoming your opinions. You have been so amazing. The thing that keeps me coming back to My Little Ponies is the characters and the songs and the lessons as well. I can appreciate that. I totally know exactly what you're talking about. For me, I got a couple things that I watch that I keep going back for. My TV show, not mine, I don't own it, but the TV show Roseanne. That was something that was always on as a kid. Every evening at like 7:30, it was always on TV. And the sound of the intro music and the laughter and gosh, just everything about it. Just very comforting in my heart. Oh, crap. No. Oh, shite. Oh, no. I did not. I was so about to do that too. I had it all ready to go. Oh, so in my garage, I have a little box and it's got my super soil in it. And then it's got a sprayer, like one of them yard sprayers. And I wrote down on a piece of paper, because in the website, it shows you, so if you use a yard sprayer and what setting to set it at and what your concentration should be in the yard sprayer to spray it. I have it all written down. I was going to do that right before I left. Oh, no. But get this, Babs, get this. They had rain yesterday, and the day before. And I think tomorrow, Spokane's having rain. Like, they're having rain. So guess what I get to do when I get home? I am so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go kill some weeds. And super soil. I am going to make a very special video just for you, Babs. I swear. I'm going to make a very special video. And it's going to be a super soil weed flamethrower video. It's going to be just for you. God. I can't believe I forgot. See, short-term memory. It gets me every time. Oh man, Babs. Oh man, I'm a shit. I did. I got it all set up and ready to go. Okay. My Little Pony friendship is magic. is what I recommend. Okay. I will check that out. Oh, you got rain too? Oh, good. Was it one of them big downpours or was it like sprinkles? Because we got like thunder and lightning and a massive downpour. The wife was showing me a video that, yeah, it was epic. Which means the fire ban is gone. I was really hoping the fire ban would have been gone like last month. Usually in October, the first week of October we get some heavy rain, but we just haven't. We just haven't. Good. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna just for you, Babs. Oh, I love you. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, Babs, before I die, and I don't know if it's going to happen because I don't have a whole lot of money unless my boss buys a truck down south and I get to drive through. But I really want to give you a hug. You have been, you've been an aunt to me. You have been an aunt to me. You are amazing. And God, I'm so grateful that you're in my life. I really do love you, hun. Um, 4 hours and I got 2/10 of it. Hey, you got rain. Man, that's not even enough to write a. That's not even enough to write home about. 2/10 of an inch. Oh man, you should get like 3 or 4 inches in one downpour. What was that, last year or year before? Oh my gosh, you had. I think you put a video up. It was an epic, epic pour, and then all of like the gutters on the, or not gutters. What do they call it? Where the curb meets the road. All that was just like a great big pool of water. Oh, 4 hours and you got 2/10. That's not even rain. That's like mist. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, my phone is slowly losing power. Is it hot still? Yeah, it's burning up. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna make 2 hours before this thing crashes on me. All right, let's. One more. Review the two movies: My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and well, I will. I will review them. Um, I will review them. You know what? I bet you I can review them before I get home. You probably won't see them until November, though. But we'll see what I can do. Um, let's see. Raised. But it raised. We only got 9 inches a year. But it rained. We only get 9 inches a year. Yeah. I don't know what we get in Spokane. It's probably about the same. We haven't had rain, like really good rain since spring, I think. We had some in June, but last year we got nothing. Got absolutely nothing. Yeah, I figured rained instead of raised. Yeah. Huh. What is it? Oh, it's 9:17 my time. 9:17, which means it is 8 o'clock your time, Babs. I don't know where you are, David, but I have to be up at 6 in the morning so I can get dressed and ready to go. Oh, best part about my classes, they're in this hotel downstairs. So I don't have to leave the hotel. I can stay. Oh, I didn't know if I don't know if you weren't here. This hotel room, yeah, this is almost 300 a night. This is full on room service. So if I'm hungry or whatever, I all I gotta do, they have a little menu. I just call up room service. I tell them what I want, and they just bring it to the room. And I mean, it's full on. They got valet parking downstairs, which I did not utilize because I'm driving that big box truck. But they got valet parking downstairs. Um, my gosh, this is like I've never stayed. This is the nicest hotel I've ever stayed in. This is crazy. Um, it has 9 seasons. I think it's gonna take me a while. It's a TV show. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic has 9 seasons. Okay, that will take me a while. I can watch the Wallace and Gromit, and I'll do a review on that, and then it'll take me a while to watch 9 seasons. I might just watch probably about 5 or 6 episodes, and then kind of give you my thoughts. If I like it, I'll keep watching. It is time for TW time. I don't speak Morse or not Morse code, but code. Um, the cinematic collector. Woohoo! Welcome to my channel, dude. Thank you for commenting, so I know you're here. Hey, whoa! I missed the whole thing. I thought it was going to be a Doctor Who evening. You know what? I haven't watched Doctor Who in a while. I have got to get Miss Carol, and I talked to her, and she said she's totally down with it. Miss Carol and I are going to do Review the Who again, probably coming into the new year. And Miss Carol and I, because our days and our hours are kind of crazy, I think we're going to do it kind of like a Zoom sort of thing, or like what do they call Google Hangouts or whatever. I think we're gonna do it that way where we're talking back and forth. But Doctor Who will be coming back. Review the Who will be coming back, and I'm crossing fingers, almost 100% sure. Yeah, Miss Carol, totally on board. We're also talking about doing a X-Files review as well. Miss Carol and I are really big X-Files fans. I secretly watch X-Files on Laserdisc. I own every episode of X-Files on Laserdisc, including, was it 3 movies or 4 movies, something like that. I own all the movies, all the episodes on Laserdisc, and I secretly watch them. I also secretly, I didn't tell you guys, I got me another Laserdisc player. So I'm really, really glad. So I'm always on the hunt for Laserdisc players. I'm always on the hunt for HD DVD players, which are very hard to find. And beta players. I'm a big beta fan. I love beta. So I'm always on the hunt for those, especially when I go like thrift stores, that kind of stuff. Of course, if you can find a decent VHS player, so like even RCA, which I don't recommend, but Panasonic, Sony, Sonyo, whatever it's called, which is another low, Magnavox, whatever you can find. If you can find a VHS player, hold on to them because they don't make them anymore and they're hard to find. So, but yes, Review the Who is definitely going to come back, and we are going to start. I don't know when, but hopefully it'll be sometime this coming year. Going to start doing X-Files reviews, and she made a comment about doing Charmed. So I'm not sure if we're going to do Charmed or not. So, and I've seen all the Charmed. I've seen all of, oh, what's it called? Not Charmed. What about the guy? I want to say it's called Alex or Alex? No, it's not Alex. Angel. She was making a comment about Angel as well. So At least I think she did. Not, don't quote me on that, but she will probably come in at some point in the comment section below and correct me if I'm wrong. But nope, we are totally on track. She is totally on board with doing this, so I am so excited. Um, The Walking Dead. Yes. Oh, I love The Walking Dead. I think I have four. I think I have 4 seasons of Walking Dead. I love Walking Dead, and I have a really awesome poster, the Walking Dead poster. Awesome TV show. And wow, Babs, you watched The Walking Dead? Have you ever seen Z Nation? I actually did an interview with the girl that plays Abby in Z Nation, and she has a TARDIS tattooed on her butt. Well, it's kind of like right above her butt, but a little TARDIS. And she's adorable, absolutely adorable. I got to meet all of them in Comic Con. Let's see, Lilac City Comic Con. What was that? 4 or 5 years ago. I got to see all of them, and that was pretty cool. Yes. I have 3 VHS that work. Do you really? Good. Hold on to those VHS players because let me tell you what, they're hard to find. I do a lot of thrift stores, a lot of Value Village, Savers, Goodwill, a lot of the mom and pop stuff I've been doing, and Salvation Armies, that kind of stuff. I am just not finding VHS players anymore. There was a point in time where I would see 5 or 6 VHS players almost every time I would go to a thrift store. And it's getting to that point where they are few and far between. And they're going to be valuable someday or they're just going to be sought after because people just can't find them. But Beta is, well, I'm going to have some coffee. Beta is very difficult to find. They did not make very many Beta players or Betamax players. Betamax is the company, not the format. The format is Beta. The company is Betamax. But anywho, whatever. They don't make very many of them. So, or they didn't make very many of them. So you got to find those. Another thing I really want to find, and again, extremely hard to get a hold of, is what they call a CED player. They are really rare. They only made CEDs probably, I want to say like 3 or 4 years. They didn't make them very long. And they basically are like a floppy drive. If you know what a 3.5-inch floppy looks like, it's basically the same thing. You've got like a floppy disk that's the size of a 45 record inside this case, and you put it inside the machine, and then it grabs the end of it, and you pull the case back out, and the disc stays inside the machine. It's an analog system, kind of like a record, and it spins, and you've got audio and video on that analog system. They don't play very well. If you're very, very lucky to find one that you can actually really watch. The quality is not very good. It's actually probably, in my opinion, worse than a VHS, but they're really cool. And if you find one, you got to grab it. It's really an awesome kind of format. It came out just about the same time as VHS came out, I think, or maybe right after. But yeah, they didn't go around very very long. And then, of course, Laserdisc. Oh my gosh, I love my Laserdisc. When I was a kid, I saw a Laserdisc once, and I was probably about 7 or 8, and the teacher brought in. Remember those carts that used to have the TV on it, and then have a VCR or whatever underneath? Well, it was movie day, and she brought in this cart into the classroom with this big, like 32-inch television. And back then, a 32-inch TV was huge. And she wheeled this thing in. I used to have like a strap that went up over, hooked to one side of the cart, went up over the TV and hooked to the other side of the cart. And they cinched it down to keep the TV from falling off. And that and overhead projectors, which also I don't think are a thing anymore. But anywho, digressing. She had a laser disc, and I don't even remember what the heck she was playing, but we watched a movie on laser disc, and it would play for about 30 to 40 minutes or whatever. And I remember her having to pull it out, flip the disc over, and put it back in again. And she did that like 3 times, and it was a movie we watched. I don't remember what it was. It was probably something like Flowers for Algernon, or The Secret Garden, something like that. That we had a book, that we read the book, and then as a oh, by the way, for reading a book, now you get to watch the movie, kind of thing, probably. So probably one of those. But oh my gosh, yeah, that was the first time I saw Laserdisc. Fell in love with them. But I have never in the wild ever seen a Laserdisc for sale, brand new. I never saw that even in a rental store. I never. I mean, we went to Hastings. We had a gas station called Zip Trip. There was never laser discs. Matter of fact, I've never even seen a beta for rent. That just VHS is all we had until like 97, 98, somewhere in there. Started getting DVDs. Started seeing DVDs for rent. But yeah. Anyways, I fell in love with. Like I was saying, I fell in love with Laserdisc. There's just something about them. They're just so bizarre and so. I love how big they are because of the artwork and they can open up and that kind of thing. So they're just really kind of cool on that aspect. And then, yeah, they're really interesting things. And so I really like them. I love CEDs. I don't find those very often. I don't buy very many because I don't have a way to really watch a CED. I have one that I've seen called Black Hole. I don't know if you guys remember me doing a review on that a while back. It's a Disney movie called Black Hole, and I did not get to watch it. I have a CED. I did not get to watch it on CED. I had to stream it through Disney Plus in order to watch it. But man, it would be nice. It would be so cool to be able to watch a CED. I've seen YouTube videos where people have gone through and done and watched those and that kind of thing, but they don't look like they are very watchable. There's like these little weird black lines that run through them and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wrap it up, I think, here. Do you have any pets? I do. I'm a collector. Um, Pets. So yes, we just had. So I had a dog. She just passed away. Her name was Cleopatra. She was 9 years old, and she was literally part of our family. She was a Great Dane Bull Mastiff, and she started getting kind of lonely in her older years, and so we got a dog. He's a husky, part husky and part border collie. And we actually adopted it with, started off, we adopted his mom first. And his mom, she just was not a fit. She was a climber. She wanted to run and get away. And so we went to go find her a home. And the day before we found her a new place to live, she ended up giving birth to 5 dogs. 2 were stillborn, and then we had 2 girls and a boy. The 2 girls were just like mom. They wanted to climb fences and run away, and they were just horrible. And then we kept Chewbacca, the boy. He had what they call swimmer's syndrome, where his chest was like round. It was a barrel chest. And so we had to basically tie his legs and his hands and legs, or whatever, his legs together. And now he's 4 years old and no longer barrel chest, and he's just super healthy and doing great. And then we had a pit bull. She was a pit bull something mix. Her name was Khaleesi, Dragonborn. Chewbacca Han Solo, Khaleesi Dragonborn. But she started developing seizures. She had epilepsy, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So we had to put her down, which made Chewbacca, let me readjust, made Chewbacca really sad because Cleo died, and then we had to put her down. So we just got another one. She is, again, another weird, I don't know what, she looks like she's some sort of like maybe black lab slash Rottweiler maybe because of the coloring, but she doesn't look like a Rottweiler other than the markings. But her name is Aries, and we named her Aries Morningstar. And then, so that's two dogs we have, Chewbacca and Aries. And I just discovered another dog. So now we have three again. And she is a blue heeler, but she's red, and something else. And just the cutest little turd muffin ever. She's really small. And we call her Rose Tyler, is what we named her, Rose Tyler from Doctor Who. And my kids have been calling her Rosie for short. And those are the dogs we have. Then we have two cats. We started off as a one cat household with Sophie, and Sophie has PTSD really bad. We adopted her as a kitten, and then my beautiful daughter and her did not see eye to eye, and we're going to leave it at that because if she hears this, she's going to be mad if I say anything else. And so she likes to bite, or did. She doesn't bite so much anymore. She likes to bite. And then my sister-in-law lived with us last year, or year before last. I think it was last year. Lived with us, and she had a dog. She had three dogs. She had a cat, and she left the cat with us. I call the cat Fatso because it's a very, very, very large black cat. But her name is Artemis. So, yeah, Artemis, little witch. I love her to death. She's a sweetheart. Very independent. Then we have four chickens left. We had 9. Four of the 9 found new homes because they were not nice. They were called something cross. I can't remember what they were called. They were not Cornish crosses. They were a different kind of cross. They were not very nice. And then we had 4 Rhode Island Reds. One of them passed away just recently. They're getting old now. They're probably about 5 years old, or coming up on 5 this May. So we have 3 Rhode Island Reds, and we have 1 black Astrolorp that we call Mystic. Mystic? I think that's what it is, right? Shantae, she'll have to. I think it's Mystic. And then we had the one that died. We called her Mama, the Rhode Island Red. We called her Mama. And the reason we called her Mama is ever since she was really, really little, she would come right up to you and want to sit on your lap and be petted, and she was just the sweetest thing. And unfortunately, she passed. And then we also had another one when they were babies, little hens, little whatever chicklets. We had one we called Fried Chicken. We kind of knew she was going to die. Her legs were like all bowed and stuff, and she went to go live with a friend of mine because my kids got really attached to her. She was living in the house. Okay, my kids got really attached to her. So, and my wife and I knew that she was going to die. And so we gave her to a friend of ours. She had her for a couple of months, and then she got egg bound, which we knew was going to happen because her hips were all messed up. And then we lost her that way. And then I've got five ducks. We have Drake, which is our original. Well, we had 2 original ducks, Drakes, but we named this one Drake. He is like my baby. I love him to death. He is the sweetest Drake you've ever met. And then he came with 2 hens And then they had a bunch. They had like, I think they had 6 drakes in total, and 2 hens. And we butchered the drakes, all of them, because they fight. They're Muscovy ducks, and Muscovy ducks will fight. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just what it is. Well, I got hiccups now. So we have Drake, and we had the 2 originals, and then we had from them. Oh, I am so sorry. I apologize. From them, we had 2 hens that they gave hatched. One of them, she did not make it. I don't, really young. She must have been probably 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks old, and she died. Found her in the run, and we have the new one. So now we have Drake, the original. Then we have 3 hens, two moms and a sister or a daughter. Drake flew away this last spring, and I needed a Drake. They were coming into mating season. I needed a Drake, so I got a hold of a friend of mine who had more Muscovies. She brought me another Drake. He's ugly, and he's a bully, but I needed him to be able to breed with these 3 girls so I could have more ducks. Because we do use them for food. We don't use the chickens, but we use the ducks for food. We used to have rabbits. We don't do that anymore. That was just torture. Not for them. They went quick and peacefully. It was for us. For me. I'm the one who had to call them, and it was horrible. I couldn't stand it. It was bad, and I don't ever want to do that again. And they didn't scream or anything like that. It's just they all became my pets. Ever since they were really little, I love rabbits. I want to pet them all and hold them and cuddle them. They're just so much fun. So anyways, Drake flew away. We got a second Drake, Drake 2, came in, and then I got a friend of ours sent us a text message with a link to Facebook, and said, hey, you need to check this out. So we went on Facebook and checked it out, and somebody like 9 blocks away found Drake. And he was coming in the daytime to her front yard and hanging out underneath her tree, and then at night he disappeared. And did this for a couple of weeks. And so I went up there with a cage, and I took his daughter up there, and she was in one cage, and the other cage, they were side by side, and the other cage was empty. Trying to coax him into the cage, and it was like that for a couple of days. We were trying to feed him, and finally the neighbor knew what I was doing and saw me, and she came over with a big net, and anyways, we caught him. He was scared, and now he's back home, and he's happy as can be. He's with his girls. I think what happened was because we didn't clip his wings, he flew away. He got up on the shed roof and then jumped, and then he landed outside the yard and didn't know how to get back in. So he flew, either got scared or whatever. But now I'll open up the door to the run, and he won't even leave. Everybody else will leave. He stays in the run. He doesn't want to go anywhere. He just stays right there. So I know he's like, I don't want to get lost again. So he just stays in there. He's a sweetheart. And he actually will come and sit on my lap, and I can pet him, and he's just adorable. So pets, yeah, got pets. My ducks, and my chickens and my dogs and my cats, they're all my pets. We had rabbits, but the rabbits unfortunately are long gone. Well, that took me a while, David, to answer that question. If you're interested, please subscribe to my channel. You know what? I will do that. I will do that right now. I am subscribed to your channel, David. I am. I'm already subscribed to you. Yeah, looks like, is that your last video? No, your last video was Josh testifying. Really? Okay, I'm gonna watch your testimony. So What else do we got? Babs is telling me she's got five chickens. Yes, you have five again. You downsized naturally and then went back up again. I don't know what. I don't think I know what. Well, no, I know. No, I don't think I know what any of their names are. I know I've heard you say them. I just don't remember them. I am trying to get to 300 subscribers. You know what, David? You're gonna get there. It's just a matter of time. That's all it is. Uh, it's subscribers is crazy. There's no rhyme or reason for it. I've noticed that YouTube will actually take subscribers away randomly. And I don't know what the algorithm is saying there. If it's because they don't watch or because they actually are unsubscribing and trying to clean out their subscriber count. I'm not sure. I notice though that it's usually in a big lot with a bulk, oh, there's 50 or whatever. Yeah, you'll hit 300. You hang in there. You'll hit 300. I just subbed you. Whatever. Oh, Babs. Babs is talking to David. I'm like, you just subbed me. Yeah, right, Babs. Awesome. Yeah, if we can get David some subscribers, that is awesome. He's actually got a really awesome channel there. He shows off a lot of his toys and that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. He's a collector. He likes cool stuff. Oh, and he sings. David loves to sing. He's got an awesome singing voice. Wait, your channel's name is David, and wait a second. Are you telling me your name is Josh, not David? What? It is. You're Josh, not David. Ah, you trickster. Why did I think your name Okay. Why did I think your name was David? David Whitehead Arcade and Toy Channel. Okay, you're gonna have to explain this Josh thing to me. I'm kind of curious now. Let's see, where am I at? I lost my dogs. They died too. So now I have lots of cats. There is nothing wrong with having cats. If you feel loved, that's all that matters. I'm about to, my camera here is about to die. I'm going to have to log out. Last one, I did have 12, but lost 7 years ago. I know. I know you did. You had a lot, hun. Okay. Both of you, David and Babs, thank you so much for hanging with me. There's somebody else here, but I'm not sure who. I want to say thank you guys so much for hanging with me over 2 hours. 2 hours and 8 minutes. I'm going to try to do this more often, especially on Sundays. Was my goal was. So, yeah. So, anywho, no real rhyme or reason today. Just kind of a little Q&A, kind of just chatting and having some fun. Didn't do any real media things or anything, but that's okay. All right. I am in South Dakota. I'm good. I'm safe. Everything's all right. Check out my my other channel if you're interested. And if you're still watching, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being part of my family. And until next time, mwah, bye for now. Good night, you guys. Thank you for hanging with me tonight.